Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the Tim Kylo broadcast booth here at W. Michael Ross 66 Stadium. We have a good one for you tonight as we continue the 44th annual playing of the CBC tournament. 4 teams in this one, DeSmet, Vianney, SLUH, and CBC. We'll tell you what happened just before this in a moment. But first, as we get set to welcome the Junior Bills here to A. Spinelli 86 Field, they will be taking on your home Cadets. The Junior Bills will be in the white jerseys and socks with the navy blue shorts. CBC wearing the yellow tops and shorts with the tops and socks with the purple shorts. My name is Tom Eichwald. Randy Gardner will be joining us. These two teams come in. The Cadets are 4-4. Got off to an 0-3 start to start the year. Big turnaround win on the 7th against Chaminade, 2-1. Since then, they rattled off wins against Timberland, 4-0, Collinsville, 3-0, and 5-0 against Fort Zumwalt East before falling to DeSmet on Tuesday evening by a score of 3-2. That is how they got to 4-4. The Junior Bills, on the other hand, come in with a little bit of frustration in their last 2 games. They have tied the last time out, but they had won 5 of the previous 6 before that, as they come in with a record of 5-1-2. This is the 4th total game of the tournament. On game day 1, that was on Tuesday, the Cadets dropped a game to DeSmet by a score of 3-2, while the Junior Bills tied Vianney 1-1. Just moments before we got underway, DeSmet completed a 2-1 win over Vianney here this evening. The way the tournament works, a team gets 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 1 point for each goal they score up to 6, and an additional bonus point for recording a shutout. All told, here's how the math shakes out. DeSmet comes into this game with a commanding lead in this tournament on 11 points following their 2 wins. Vianney in second with 3. SLUH and CBC are tied for third with just 2 points apiece, so both these teams looking to bounce back tonight. We bring in Randy Gardner. Randy, it's been a pretty good stretch for the Cadets. A little hiccup on Tuesday night. What do the Cadets need to do to get back on track tonight against the Junior Bills?
I think they just need to continue to play their style of soccer. We were a little worried coming into this season as the way it started, 0-3. Everybody they didn't know what to do. And we talk about it every year here on the broadcast. First 5, 6, 7 games, it's just a feeling out process for Terry Mickler and the Cadets. And things all gelled, came together. You're 4-4 now. Everything seems to be back on track. They moved the ball really well against DeSmet. Just came up on the short end of the score on Tuesday night.
So often over the last decade or so, we have seen this CBC tournament. CBC hasn't quite had the success in their home tournament that they would have liked over that stretch, but year in, year out, this is a crucial discovery phase for this team as they look to identify a squad, a system, and patterns of play that they're going to carry through the rest of the season. So such a pivotal stretch as you feel everything out.
And you're playing other MCC schools that are soccer powerhouses that have a huge tradition in the St. Louis area, and you want to come out and you want to play well against teams in the MCC. And as you mentioned, it's a crucial part of the season to get things figured out as you move in. You get past this, you're getting close to halfway, almost halfway through the season, which almost seems unbelievable.
On Tuesday for the Cadets, Logan Hartzell had a goal for CBC, as did Ryan Rook. But those 2 goals, again, were not enough. Now, if you want to go to best-case scenarios, it is mathematically possible, Randy.
We talked about that before we went on the air.
I said I would go on air with the math.
Okay.
So not a likely outcome at all, folks, but if one of these teams does rattle off the coveted 6-0 victory, that is the maximum 10 points you could take in this tournament, that would catapult them into the lead over DeSmet. So if you're really ready to bust out the abacus at home, that would be the ideal. In reality, we are probably not going to see a 6-0 game tonight, as these 2 teams tend to play each other so tough over the years. Last of the 22 men on the field is out there, as we'll give you the starting lineups. Cole Chambers in goal for the Junior Bills tonight. In front of him, Andrew Chalmers, Caleb Beecher, Nicholas Haymond, Andrew Wolf, James Berry, Henry Sanders, Luke Rule, Carson Hall, Patty Byrne, and William Jernigan. For the Cadets, it's Stone DeGrief in goal. In front of him, Caden Ellis, James Martin, Logan Hartzell, Ethan Norkitis, Stevie Jones, Carter Griffin-Horst, Adam Nicoletti, Kiefer Cole, Parker Jetton, And the sophomore Lucas Sharamatero getting the start as well.
Yeah, Ryan Rook got his ankle jammed up the other night halfway through the second half, and had an opportunity to see it today. It's pretty swollen, black and blue. So not sure on when he'll be back, but as you see, CBC playing with 4 backs. It's kind of been back and forth as this season has progressed with Caden Ellis.
That is Randy Gardner. I am Tom Eichwald. You're watching CBC versus SLUH on the Cadet Student Network. The Cadets are going left to right across your screen. The Junior Bills are going right to left. It is a warm evening here at the stadium, as that is going to be out for the first corner of the game, which will be CBC's.
And at home, the viewers are seeing a little bit of a haze on the camera. Just be patient with us. We are looking straight into the sun as well as the camera. So once the sun gets behind those trees, it turns into a beautiful night here at CBC.
Everybody gets more comfortable once that sun goes behind the trees. Couple minutes gone. CBC looking to attack from the left. First venture in, that is cleared. As the Cadets sporting some lovely yellow jerseys with some lovely, very tiny purple numbers.
Yeah, easier to read than normal. I don't know if my eyesight's getting better, but I can actually see those numbers tonight.
CBC plays it back to Stone DeGrief, who is back in goal tonight. Across the back line, you got Kiefer Cole at left back. Caden Ellis and Logan Hartzell will be your center backs. And over there, left back, I believe that's Parker Jetton over there. At center midfield, you've got James Martin operating at the base. Alongside him, Ethan Norkaitis wearing the number 6. Lucas Sharamatero playing attacking midfield at number 23. You have Adam Nicoletti wearing number 11 on the left wing. Stevie Jones wearing 7 on the right wing. And Carter Griffinhorse, the start up top. That is how the Cadets have lined up.
Yeah, one thing we saw the other night is the ability of this Cadets team to just slow the game down and string 10, 12 passes together, and it totally changed the complexion of the game. They had Desmet off balance for a majority of the game. I thought we had better play. They just had better opportunities.
Ball bouncing around in the midfield, finally settles on the foot of Henry Sanders for the Junior Bills, wearing a captain's armband on his left arm. Good battle from Norkaitis. I think that's actually going to be off him for a SLUH throw, which will be taken by James Berry. We mentioned it is pretty warm this evening. No breeze really to speak of on the field. Up in the concourse here, it's actually quite comfortable with a nice shady breeze. Down there on the field, though, it is awfully warm for those players.
The first game this evening started at 4 o'clock, so that turf was pretty hot on a 90-degree day. Had a water break at the 20-minute mark. I'm not sure if they'll have one in this game or not as the sun starts to go down.
That is something that is allowed, I believe, at the referee's discretion halfway through each half. So we'll see if that happens tonight. This is Nicoletti from the left. It's matched well by Andrew Wolf, who got over there. Nicoletti still got the ball in, but that's going to be comfortable for Cole Chambers, the sophomore goalkeeper for St. Louis University High School.
Not only is this a game about preparing for the rest of the season, but it's also a bragging rights game. You know as a player that if there are 3 teams that you want to beat in your schedule, these are the 3 teams. And the other teams have us on their schedule just the same way.
Junior Bills on the attack now. This is Berry. Crosses it in. Good header into the middle. Stone DeGrief is going to gather that one as Luke Rule couldn't get there. You mentioned the bragging rights, not just the bragging rights for schools, but bragging rights for these young men. I bet if you look back on the decade plus we've been doing this tournament on CSN, you go back at the broadcast, I probably make this same point in almost every game around this point. But, these are guys that went to school together, play club together. You don't want to lose to your rivals, but it's even harder to lose to your friends. So there's a lot on the line in these tournaments. They don't want to show up at club practice this weekend hearing it from their buddies.
And that goes as whether it's these 3 teams or not. You look back in the 80s, we talk about the 80s and 90s, that there were some soccer powerhouses, but there were 3, 4, 5 of them. Now pretty much every team you play across the St. Louis and St. Charles area are quality teams that you have to come out and be on your A game to get a W.
And that extends over into the Metro East as well. Yeah. How often do we see Collinsville or Edwardsville come in and cause some problems too? Strong programs over there. But that's what you want as a player. It's what you want as a coach. It's what you want as a fan. You want good competition every time you suit up. As Barry can't keep that in, will be a goal kick for the Cadets.
And I think that plays a lot into what we had talked about before with that 0-3 start, is that you have 24 guys, 22, 24 guys who come in. Maybe 2 or 3 of them play for the same club team, and they're just spread out. Different coaching styles. They play different positions. They play different mentalities of the game. And then you bring them all together and try to get them to gel out here together. That's a hard thing to do as a high school coach.
Especially when off-season opportunities for high school teams are limited by those club schedules. Good attack. That is going to be a foul called against Kiefer Cole just outside the box. I have to say, that is a foul. Henry Sanders is brought down just a little bit late with the body.
And nothing dirty or anything. No. They just a simple obstruction foul. He put his body in between them.
So good opportunity here.
Called a professional foul.
If you've got a right foot and ambition, this opportunity suits you well. Patty Byrne and Andrew Wolf deciding who gets to take this one. Wolf, the junior. Byrne, the sophomore. We'll see if that weighs in. I've got to imagine the 7, Andrew Wolf, wants to hit this one with his right. No. Yep, he will. Right-footed swinger, and that is a tough deflection off the post. Oh, Stevie got lucky. Stuck that thigh out, and that puts so much spin on the ball, almost curled around Stone DeGree's far post, but off the post and out. So DeGreef will breathe a sigh of relief as a corner kick.
Yeah, the spin that came off his leg actually made that ball even more dangerous.
So often you see that. You stick the foot out, you stick the leg out, that deflection can actually make a situation worse. That's headed clear by Sharamatero. Good to see him getting the start tonight. That's Lucas. Now Griffinhorst drops in. Cadets trying to launch something quick. Nicoletti, Griffinhorst. Sharamatero is going to drop in instead of making that run central. Still Griffinhorst. And the pass didn't match the skill. And that is going to be a foul. Also the correct call, also not malicious. So referee 2 for 2 here.
Yeah, big win in the Champions League, the first game of the Champions League. We're
not talking about professional sports here. We're talking about the High School Champions League. High School Champions League.
It's actually, I think, a great concept.
I think it is too.
Everybody I've talked to, they've been excited about it. They think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. It's going to be fun to see how this plays out this year, and then what the development of this will be, over the next 2 or 3 years.
Ellis has his pocket picked by Rule. Lucas Rule into the middle. Not a bad ball, but James Martin read it faster than anybody, and still James. Passes it out to Nicoletti with the left. Nicoletti, a little back pass to Parker Jetton before he took off. Martin's been under pressure for the last minute or so, and he's done well. Now Sharamatero, a little heavy on the first touch, loses out. This is Barry. Now Sanders. Good return pass, and that is a nicely worked opportunity for SLUH, but Rule can't put it on target.
Yeah, nice effort there. Good one touch, and then nice one-touch shot there. That's where you get Stone DeGreef caught off guard with that curling ball back to the far corner.
You have to say,
nice positioning, though, by him.
It was. That last pass maybe just not quite enough on it, as Rule kind of had to stick his foot back and couldn't really get on top of it. So the Cadets luck out, but really nicely moved. Kind of quick counter by SLUH. That'll open your eyes as a defender. Now Jones here on the right. The Cadets like to establish a little bit of possession here. Haven't seen much of it. And that's not going to help as it's behind Sharamatero. I think either thought Norkitis was going to make the run in or that Griffinhorst was going to drop in. Neither happened. And just under 10 minutes gone, we are scoreless. Cadet fans, are you protected? Call State Farm agent CBC alum Tim Kylo for all your insurance need. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's the presenting sponsor of CSN, and we're incredibly grateful for his support. Call Tim at 314-842-4442 or send him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com.
Formation-wise, it looks like they've got Ethan kind of in that central area by himself, with Sharamatero pulled back just a little bit, and James Martin kind of playing as a stopper. So they're not next to each other, right. Kind of almost in a line.
Yeah, we've seen that from Coach Mickler's teams quite a bit over the years where you have that kind of that stopper role. I'd say the traditional number 6 role, even though it's being played by James Martin wearing number 4, and then the number 8 role and the number 10 role. So that 8 kind of possession, holding midfielder box to box, that role is Ethan's tonight. And then Lucas Sharamatero, that attacking midfielder, the old number 10. From the left, Nicoletti, Griffin Horst. And a great slide tackle to intervene by Andrew Wolf.
Nicoletti, so quick.
He is.
The road games, I've had the opportunity to get on the field and shoot highlights for all those games, and you're right there. And just to see the quickness of him moving, everybody knows he's going to his left foot. He does have a strong right foot, but he's going to his left foot, and he'll still beat you.
Martin's going to take this with his right for CBC. 29 minutes remaining in this first half. And that is headed out. He'll get a do-over. He's trying to curl it right in on that near post. I'm guessing it was maybe slightly mishit. I don't know that he was trying to sneak one in on the post, since SLUH does have a man there. It's Andrew Wolf. Let's see if he gets a little better connection on this one. Very short run-up. And a short corner for Nicoletti. Now Martin trying to get a different angle on the ball in. Still James. And tried the shot. That will go out for, hate to say it, that will go out, and it's not a goal kick. But just a little bit off balance. Thought he was going to try to whip another cross in, but instead just a little off balance with the shot and shanked it.
Yeah, the team just playing with a lot more composure now. We saw it the other night, just more settled down, not as eager to get rid of the ball, but just more settled down, and they feel to me like they're enjoying what they're doing.
Nice grab and return pass from Mr. John Russell down there, the math department.
And speaking of that, when you mentioned the time, Randy Roy made sure to stop me before the game to let you know that the ball that went out on Tuesday was the longest one probably we've ever had gone.
So, yes, official time, by the way. This is the official time. We're not messing around with these numbers. 13 hours and 56 minutes.
Oh, it's a different one.
Oh, another one from Tuesday.
Another one, yes.
So the one against Timberland was 13 hours, 56 minutes.
This was 20 hours plus.
20 hours. Was it Coach Roy who ended up finding it?
Yep. It was funny. He stopped me to explain and tell me that. So we appreciate your efforts.
We do. So how about that?
Actually, this afternoon when the kids were out here during activity period, a kickball went on. And the kickball game was delayed for quite a long time until they were able to find the ball.
Glad they were able to find it. I don't. I wonder what the push is for the kickball versus the Derby Star. I don't know. You certainly don't want to lose a good kickball. As Martin turns. They're giving him space. Instead, it's Nicoletti. He's got space to run into. Hits it with the right. Quickly closed down. It's a good job by Wolf to close it down, but Nicoletti had all kinds of time there. Ethan Norkaitis breaking up the play.
Yeah, great job tracking back there. It's one of those unsung hero type things that a lot of fans don't realize, but as a coach, you appreciate that effort, that little 15-yard sprint back to break that play up.
Sun just going down behind the trees to our west. You see the camera image improving as the glare is cut down. And the soul-warming glow of the aluminum countertop in here.
I thought you were going to say my head.
I wasn't going there.
We have not been on camera, so we've got a lot of fans who have showed up. They're like, "Who are you?" So
I was gonna stick with the countertop.
For anybody who's wondering what we're talking about, this summer ended up shaving the head.
It is
totally shaven.
It is shaved. In some ways, it resembles the countertop, but I wasn't going there. 25 minutes remaining in this first half. Kind of thoughts on the first 15 minutes? Fairly even, not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, both teams getting not many opportunities on goal. Still kind of feeling each other out. I think if I had to make a decision here, I think CBC has had better movement of the ball. in terms of just bringing it down and playing, but as far as offensive opportunities within 40 yards, I'm going to say SLU has had more of those. But I do like how we're playing the ball straight up the middle and working the ball to the outside and then bringing it back to the other side, unlike right there where you're trying to jam it straight up the sidelines.
Well, and year in, year out, as the Cadets make wholesale changes here, we'll get you those as we spot them. SLU's going to make a change easier. Lucas Schumann coming into the game. But so often, year in, year out, we see SLU. They can be very dense in the midfield. Not dense in kind of a slow sense, but dense in a good sense, where it's very hard to work it through the midfield in possession. They're very good in tight areas. And that is a consistent calling card of this SLU program. But if you're CBC, work it in there. You've got composure in Norkaitis and Martin. Let them kind of consolidate a little bit and then use the space that's vacated outside of them. The other thing I've noticed so far is that these SLU wingbacks really want to get up very, very far. Wingers want to get up very, very far in the corners. So you could potentially have some space out in front of the fullbacks if CBC can switch a possession around on them.
It looks like Crowder in at left back, Trostin in the midfield, Nico Garoni up top on the left side.
And Connor Camps over here on the right.
Camps.
This is Griffin Horse dropping in. He's fouled. It'll be a free kick to CBC. Chance to take a little bit of a breather. And it will be Ellis who will take it. If you're joining us a little bit late, the Cadets come into this game 4-4. They dropped the tournament opener to DeSmet by a score of 3-2. Junior Bills tied Vianney on Tuesday 1-1. They come into the game with a 5-1-2 record. If you're a person sitting there at home saying, I don't care what the record are, just focus on common opponents, it would be Chaminade. Both of these teams beat Chaminade by a score of 2-1. Lindbergh, the only other common opponent. The Cadets lost 6-0, and the Junior Bills won 1-0. So the only thing between them on paper is
there's Martin.
Yeah. There you go. The crowd is calling for the 3 points.
Yeah, that Chaminade was a fun one. That was a big win for this team, a momentum boost that they needed. That was their first win. It was an 2 overtime game that was scoreless at the end of overtime, went into penalty kicks, 9 rounds of penalty kicks until a winner was decided, and Carter Griffin Horse drilled the last one home after Stone made a good save, and they kind of started to change the momentum for this team. It made them start to believe in themselves.
Well, nobody wants to start a season with one loss and then a second and then a third, and nerves can get very tense, and you feel like you can't make another mistake because you can't lose again, and it can very easily snowball on you momentum-wise. So that was huge for the Cadets, and they did go on a bit of a tear. Important for them tonight to have a good performance. You'd love to beat SLU, but at the very least you want to play your game, feel comfortable with the way you're playing as you bounce back from a tough one on Tuesday. Cadets have a throw-in. It's T.J. Crowder over there.
The varsity season is a grueling season for these guys. You're basically playing Tuesday. Nice ball.
That is a nice ball. This is Griffin Horse with the right. No. Tried the chip, and it is just wide of Cole Chambers' left-hand post. Great opportunity for the Cadets with the ball out of the midfield.
I almost thought the keeper needed to. He started to come, and then
he was
stopped.
Caught.
He shouldn't. Yeah.
He was absolutely caught.
I lost my train of thought, Tom.
That was exciting. And now an awkward pass out on the goal kick. Puts SLU under some pressure, too. Now what you want off your own goal kick is Kiefer Cole and Caden Ellis will try to get the Cadets going the other way. Camps with a header. Luke Schumann back to try to restore some order for the Junior Bills. They'll pass that one back to Cole Chambers, and they get away with one.
Yeah, what I started to say was that, this is a grueling season for the guys. They basically play every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, pretty much the first part of the season here.
Good move by Henry Sanders. Uses his strength to beat Caden Ellis to that ball. Doesn't happen often. Sanders tries to put it underneath, but James Martin does a good job getting back before giving it away. And the Cadets can't relieve the pressure.
I think that's Noah Berkey in the game. 10. First time he's been back since a dislocated kneecap in camp.
Crowder's going to put that one out for a throw-in.
Good to see him back on the field. I know he's been very eager to get back out there. And
an awkward one for Stone at his back post, but does well to hold on. It is certainly good to have Nolan back. It's Camps, now Cole. On the switch to Crowder.
It's a big switch in your
I
backfield.
Was just about to say. Usually you see that kind of on the border between your kind of middle third and attacking third, kind of in that area of the field.
It's beautiful when it works.
It is beautiful when it works. When it doesn't, there's probably a couple dozen youth coaches turning to some of their players, showing them that clip, saying this is what you don't do.
Just as far as just the simple movement of that ball across the midfield, as you saw just there, that's going to be the key to the rest of the season, I think, for this team. They've got some explosiveness. You slow draw them in and then play the ball through.
Just past the halfway point, CBC and SLUH tied at 0, 18:32 to go. Told you about Tim Kylo. We also want you to know that you can find official CBC apparel anytime on the Cadets team stores on the CBC website. That is provided through Under Armour and BSN Sports, the official apparel providers of Cadet Athletics. They keep our players and coaches looking great. They want to help you keep looking great as well. So you can shop on the team stores or anytime at bsnsports.com. I mentioned a moment ago that Sanders had muscled Caden Ellis off of a ball, and that doesn't happen very often. I think Caden just evened the score there with some good clean muscle to take Sanders off that one.
Caden, a tough player to beat one-on-one. Very quick, sees the game very well.
Quick chance here for SLUH. Weird deflection. They're going to get another go at this. Hassemeyer can cross it in. He does, and that's a header just wide from Rule. So Stone DeGrief has seen a couple of balls go just wide of his post. At the other end, Cole Chambers has seen the same. And the first quarter of the game is gone with not a whole lot between the two teams. It's been an exciting evening here at CBC. Some special visitors, Randy, to the tournament.
Yeah, we had a few. I'll let you go ahead and call this little.
Yeah, not sure what you call that. Rugby, they call it a scrum. But Griffin Horse wins out. They work the ball over to the far post, or far corner. And the Cadets are trying to round the left side. But they're unable to do so. And that's going to be cleared by SLUH.
Yeah, we had some visitors from City SC. Tim Twellman was in the house. A friend. I used to work for the Twellman family for many years up in North County at the Jamestown Sports Complex. I'm sure a lot of viewers have played indoor soccer up there through the years. And Tim Twellman, the father, of course, of Taylor Twellman, who is on the MLS network, calls games for them, played for the New England Revolution, set all kinds of goal-scoring records. And so nice to see some city folks in the house.
Yep, and joining him, Lutz Pfannenstiel. I just wanted to say the name. Thank you for letting me say it.
I did, because I always mess that name up. So that's why when you said, I was giving you the opportunity to say it.
Lutz was in the house.
And we ran into them
we did?
Before City really
before
was
the team
established.
Launched, yeah.
Yes, we ran into they were at one of our games, and so it's good to see them back here tonight. Tim Twellman, and Twellman's a SLUH family, so here watching the SLUH game. Also, they were here watching the game before this, Vianney and DeSmet. So glad to have them in the house.
Well,
always welcome.
And City SC has kind of built an identity based on the sort of the soccer-rich history and culture here in St. Louis, and they back it up. Yeah, you will see them showing up at high school games just to take it in and just to kind of better understand that culture. So, going back to after Lutz was first hired, I think, first time we saw him was at a game over at Lindbergh.
Yeah.
I think before the before the team had even launched, I think maybe City 2
Yeah, it was
was
the
up and
years
running.
they were coming out from City 2 to regular City.
But you round the corner, and there he was. So it's great to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, City having a little bit of a tough go this season. A lot of player personnel changes in and out, and some injuries have plagued this team throughout the year. But it's one of those things where after you come off a
opportunity for the Cadets, Camps can't put it away. It was Stevie Jones who created the chance. Nico Garoni almost had a chance there too. Stevie went down awkwardly, kind of tripped on the ball. He's hobbling a bit. That should be Chambers, and it is.
After you come off a big season like they did that first year where everything just went right for you, and then you kind of stumble into the second season after you got knocked out of the first round of the playoffs against Kansas City, and things just don't go your way. The one thing I do appreciate, though, is the fan support of this team early. You know the way St. Louis fans are, bandwagon fans, of course. And just being the second year, I don't think it's going to happen. But the core of this SC program, I think, is very strong.
Back to the action here. Hassemeyer can't beat Caden Ellis to that one after the cross came in. So now Stevie Jones, is going to do battle with 3 junior Bills. And the numerical advantage wins. Andrew Chalmers goes down. He's a little bit slow to get up. Now Camps on the CBC right. He's going to go end line, or tries to cut it back in. He's going to win a corner for the Cadets, and they will get up to take this one. Cadets wearing the yellow jerseys and socks, purple shorts. Junior Bills in white shirts, white socks, navy shorts, as 2 Cadets come back in. That is Nicoletti and Norkitis. Norkitis is going to come back in. I believe he's going to play kind of at the base of the midfield as he's given James Martin a break. So he's going to play the number 6 role, and then Camps will give way for Nicoletti. Now Hartzell. Closed down immediately. Crowder back in with the left, and that's a free header. It fell right to Garoni. Just can't get enough on it to beat Chambers. Well worked by the Cadets.
It's one of those balls as it's coming to you. You don't know if it's going to get deflected, if it's not. So kind of stutters what you're going to do with it. Go up and try to get a big, powerful head ball, or is it going to hit you in the chest? So you almost have to just sit and wait.
It's kind of dropping straight down on him, too, which can always be difficult because you're not running at it. You're just kind of underneath the ball, and virtually impossible to get any sort of power on a header like that. That is out for a CBC throw. 11:54 to go. I told you about BSN Sports and Tim Kylo, but so many people make these broadcasts possible. I want to say thanks to Mercy Sports Medicine. They're a top-tier Catholic health system nationally. They take great care of our student athletes. To learn more, visit www.mercy.net. Cadets win one in the midfield. A little bit chaotic out there right now. As the Junior Bills come away with it, it's Barry. He's going to spring Sanders down the left. Ellis closes down. That's a good battle developing here. And Ellis wins that round. Now Norkitis. Garoni closed down immediately. Out to the right. Nicoletti operating on the right wing now is unable to get there. It'll be a Junior Bill throw and a substitution for SLUH as Adam Traxel will come in for Chalmers. Again, Chalmers stumbled a little bit a few minutes ago, and maybe he's get off that foot for a moment. Just take a breather, make sure he's okay. Looks like he is.
A big thank you to Braden Spikagi for shooting camera. He's always the man on the spot here for soccer.
Yes,
so,
he is.
These weekdays are tough for a lot of our CSN guys. Friday nights we do football. We have a big crew on those nights, but weeknights kids have homework and things to do, and Braden always steps up to the plate and offers to do these games. Becoming a wonderful, wonderful soccer shooter.
The only thing you can't see in his camera work is that big smile he brings as well. He is as charming a young man as they come. So thanks, Braden, not only for what you do for CSN, but for all of us at CBC, just by being with us.
And part of the theater crew and part of KCBC, does a lot of things for us at school.
10 minutes to go here in the first half. Still scoreless between CBC and SLUH. Looks like James Martin getting ready to come back into this game. He'll have to wait a minute as this is a Junior Bill throw. Long way to go, but just to give you kind of the live update of the tournament, we mentioned that DeSmet came into this game with 11 points, Vianney with 3, SLUH with 2, CBC with 2. A scoreless tie for both of these teams would yield 2 points, one for the tie, one for the shutout. So if this result were to hold, it would be DeSmet 11, Vianney 3, SLUH 3, CBC 3. And DeSmet would basically just have to let's try again. DeSmet would basically have to score a goal or two, and that would be that on Saturday. Really an uphill battle with the lead they have, but who knows? That's why they play the games. This tournament has yielded surprises before, and it will again. Good ball by James Martin, just a little bit mistimed as Jones was coming back on side. Now Nicoletti. He's over here on the right wing, predominantly left-footed player, so he is going to want to cut in and maybe put a shot on target. The inverted winger is what they call that, so I would think that's what we'll see from Nicoletti over here.
Caden Ellis with a big throw. This is almost like a bonus corner. He's able to launch that ball all the way into the box.
Right in front of his classmates there in the cadet crew. Let's watch this one. There's a nice tight spiral as Nicoletti can't get the shot away. It was Martin who flicked it back, just awkwardly bounced, and no shot for the cadets. Good throw from Caden. Now Jones. Norkitis. Martin wants to hit it and can't get the power on it, as that's going to be comfortable for Chambers. You saw it just wouldn't quite sit for him, and he just wasn't able to get through that ball.
Almost had to take a half swing at it because of the defender there from SLUH. Our next action here on CSN will be, as far as soccer, will be Saturday morning at 9:30. We'll let you know if we will have announcers for that game or not. Either way, it will be here on CSN. And then as far as football, we will have football on Friday night at 6 o'clock from DeSmet. Should be a good one. That place totally sold out. So if you're looking to go over there or get a ticket, the only place to see that game is on CSN for now.
7:30 remaining in the first half. As that ball is out, this will be a CBC throw.
CBC Theater has a great season ahead of them starting in about a month here. ELF is going to be our showcase show of the year. That will be our holiday season play. So a lot of information out there about the whole package. We'll talk more about it in just a bit. But definitely if you've not been here to one of our plays, Peter Banholzer does a great job with the theater department, as we mentioned, with Braden being part of it. A lot of guys involved in it, and first-class shows here, and a lot of exciting things happening.
Okay, let's try to work the ball up the middle with Trost and Jones, but SLUH intervenes. Now Martin goes over the ball. He's actually going to get kicked in the ankle. Carson Hall not pleased with the call, but this will be an opportunity for the cadets to dump one in with 6.5 remaining in this first half. Martin wants to take it quickly. Now Crowder. See how direct he wants to be with this. Drifts out to the side, sets up a better angle for the cross. There it is. And just doesn't get it through to Nicoletti on the far side. Nicoletti was trying to stay wide to create some space inside and just kind of in between that ball out to the other flank and that ball into the middle. Comes to nothing for the cadets. Well worked by TJ, though. I like the fact that he drifted out wide before he put that cross in rather than trying to play it directly over the top. So some experience and composure from TJ. Nice job. Here they come down the left. Jones can't keep it in. He's got a lot of speed, but even he couldn't keep that one in. A big old kick.
We mentioned the theater department. I'll run through the lineup real quick. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Simon Stevens. That's going to be October 11th through the 13th. I think the football team's on the road that Friday night out of town, so that would be a great night to maybe come by and see the play. ELF will be December 12th through the 15th. The Lightning Thief, February 14th and 15th. And then Our Town will be April 11th through the 13th. You can find out more at cbchs.org.
Nice throw again by Caden. Stevie Jones now over here on the right with Adam Nicoletti, so a lot of speed and skill over here on the right side for the cadets. as Stevie's drifted over from the middle and Adam Nicoletti is playing on the right wing. Under 5 minutes to go. SLUH trying to take it the other way. Sanders leaves the ball behind. Has to regroup. Does well to retain it, though. And now SLUH will switch fields. Good ball forward from Patty Byrne.
Both teams finding a lot of space through the middle. And usually it's kind of inverted. One team will find it and one team won't, but both teams are finding it.
That's what happens. We talked about the density of SLUH's midfield. CBC going with 5 midfielder lineup tonight. So you got kind of 3 lined up in the middle and then a winger. So a lot of bodies in there, which a lot of times you can see it bogged down. And at times in the game you have, but for the most part the ball has moved pretty well, especially side to side. How often do you see a high school game where the ball just kind of gets trapped on one side of the field and you're just begging for somebody to switch fields periodically? These two teams know that well. And that's always one of the things you look for in your midfielders at this level. Do they have the awareness to turn and switch fields rather than just kind of going with the first thing they see in front of them? So both of these teams doing a nice job of that with the experience on display.
Or taking it and playing it right back into the space that it came from. Instead of getting your head up, opening your body and turning with it.
3.5 remaining. We will take a break during halftime, but we'll be back just about the start of the second half. 10 minutes at halftime at the high school level. We'll take a break, go out, catch the breeze on the concourse for a few minutes, and then we will be back. You're watching the Cadet.
Maybe have some Chick-fil-A.
Maybe have some Chick-fil-A. You're watching the Cadet Student Network, and it is a network with its own chicken sandwich. That is correct. Chick-fil-A is the official chicken sandwich of the Cadet Student Network. It is available at the concession stand at home games. So next time you're on campus, be sure to check it out. But maybe you want a post-game meal on your way home or a pregame meal before your next trip here. You can stop by the Manchester and Ballas location, and that is
over the wall. Did you start?
It is over the wall. I'm starting the timer. I'll apologize to the folks at Chick-fil-A, but I'm sure they'll understand. We've got a ball watch timer to set, as that is underway. Derby Star over the fence. The managers are queuing up, wearing suits to go down that hill looking for that ball. But to finish the read, Chick-fil-A location at Manchester and Ballas. You can pre-order on the app and just pick it up when you get there. So be sure to check it out again. Chick-fil-A, the official chicken sandwich of the Cadet Student Network.
Yeah, we're going to have Dave on, who's the owner of the location. We're trying to get him on one of the football games. He's a huge CBC football fan, so we've been trying to get him on. I know the Cow's going to be coming out one night for one of the home games, so looking forward to that.
Referee waves off. Sanders went down. Referee going to say he went down a little too easily over Kiefer Cole's leg. Got to say that's one where I see both sides of the argument. Cole's leg was out. I'm sure the referee's looking at the arms of Sanders going forward, saying maybe it was a bit easy, but decides not to call it. 1:37 to go.
And that's one of those location fouls. We're in front of him, the referee's behind him. So we see one thing, he sees something totally different.
Cole clears at that time. Now Martin controls with the chest. Double teamed in the middle, loses out. Now Rule. He can't get there ahead of Logan Hartzell. Good job by Logan to read that. Norkitis. Just over a minute remaining. Jones. It was Nico Garoni coming in off the left wing. Clock goes below a minute. Junior Bills are off. Kiefer Cole comes forward, slides in, misses Sanders and the ball. A good thing he misses Sanders, because I think if he got him, he'd probably end up in the book. Went in with absolutely nothing held back on that one. Ellis beats one. Can't beat the second or the third. Ball just bouncing around the midfield before Norkitis slows things down with 30 to go.
I don't know if the camera was able to pick that up, what Caden did. It's just that simple movement of his shoulder as he went from the first guy to the second guy. The upper part of his body, the way he turned that, kept both of those guys off him. The simple things in this game if you're a youngster watching.
That is out.
Oh,
we got to start
double
a
timer.
Second timer. That one I think is going to be a little harder to find. And boy, some halftime stress for those managers. And Randy Roy in the tuxedo T-shirt going over to see that ball out. And we have managers returned without a ball, so we have 2 missing ball timers going, which is 2 more than the number of goals we've seen, as it is scoreless between CBC and SLU at halftime. As these results stand, the tournament would be DeSmet with 11, Vianney with 3, SLU and CBC each with 4. But we have a long way to go. Stick around, there's more to come. In the second half, you are watching the Cadet Student Network. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. It is scoreless at halftime between CBC and SLUH. To give everybody the update they are eagerly awaiting, both balls still missing down the ravine. One has been missing for 13 minutes and 8 seconds. The other only 10 minutes and 42 seconds. We've got our best man on it, though, Associate Head Coach Randy Roy.
I was going to say what worries me more than the balls is Randy Roy missing.
He is down there trying to get that search in before dark, I would imagine. So we wish Randy all the best.
And in the good tuxedo shirt.
We hope those burrs he usually comes back with after the search don't take that shirt out. It really would be a shame.
Emmy award-winning broadcasting here, right?
Right there. That is what does Jim Hayes always say in the Cardinals game? Regional broadcasting at its finest.
You know what's funny is that it's simple things like this that I get the most feedback as I walk through the crowd. People will mention funny little things like that.
It's always the stuff they remember. So we are scoreless here, and Randy, let's just kind of get your, about 10, 20-second overview of what you saw in the first half.
I can give you a 3-second overview. 50-50. The game very evenly played. I don't think either team taking a lot of chances, kind of playing, I don't want to say conservative, but just safe, per se. Nice, easy passes, which I like. It controls the game. It slows it down, gains some momentum, gains some confidence. And you'll see this game's going to pick up here in the second. As the game progresses, both teams needs points.
Randy, you want the good news or the bad news first?
Randy's back with no ball. Is that it?
Yep.
Coach
Roy has
even
safely
look
returned.
over there.
That is the good news. The bad news is 2 Derby stars still aren't. We'll leave that clock running as long as it takes. 20 hours, the current mark on the season.
Hopefully you have a battery charger for your phone.
We'll let it run throughout the night. 39 minutes remaining in this game. Still scoreless between CBC and SLUH. SLUH wearing the white jerseys. They're going left to right across your screen in this half. The Cadets going right to left. First glance across the lineup for the Cadets tells us it is the same unit that started the game. And I believe looks about the same for SLUH too. So I think both teams starting the second half the way they started the game, which at this point in the season is fairly typical. Stone DeGrief will take this one short. We saw a few of those in the first half. As Logan Hartzell will play it forward. So what is the lineup for CBC? Over at right back is Parker Jetton. Parker Jetton over here at left back. Right back, Kiefer Cole over there on the far side. Opportunity for the Cadets early.
Great job by Carter Griffinhorst to lay a little bit of a shoulder in over there and get that ball.
And SLUH will clear. So Kiefer Cole at right back, Logan Hartzell, Caden Ellis in the middle, Parker Jetton over here at left back. There's Ethan Norkaitis getting involved. We're in the number 6 in the center midfield. James Martin, his partner there. And playing the forward central attacking midfield role is Lucas Sharamatero. Adam Nicoletti manning the left flank, Stevie Jones manning the right flank, and Carter Griffinhorst as the number 9. They're dropping in, which I like. I like that striker dropping deep as Sharamatero overlaps him. It adds some depth to the way you have to defend and can complicate looks for you as a center back and as a goalkeeper. So I like the interchange that we see there, and I think that could be key in a tight game.
Yeah, especially with a lot of movement off the ball amongst those 3 positions. You can create a lot of chaos with not knowing where that ball is going to go, as long as you switch it quickly.
And a key to that is you have to bring in Jones and Nicoletti on the flanks because they're going to hold as wide as they can, try to open up that space in the middle, but you absolutely have to use them so SLUH is forced to spread out and get to them. It's the only way that works.
And you see it right there.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see that in the screen. You couldn't see Nicoletti, but
there he is.
Both him and Parker Jetton totally spread out, and you see it on the other side of the field now, all the way to the end lines.
One of the best soccer expressions there's ever been. That the job of a winger is to make sure they keep chalk on their boots. Of course, they don't use chalk anymore out there for it. And the turf paint they use doesn't really come off on your shoes anymore, so that adage doesn't work, but the goal is to stay as wide as you can, not so much so that you receive the ball, but mostly just to open up those spaces in the middle. That's going to be out for a throw. Deep throw for CBC.
A lonely boot sitting down on the step down there. I'm going to have to say that might be a DeSmet boot because I don't know if you recognize DeSmet always
Jet
wears
black.
All black shoes, a tradition that dates back to like my era of that was the only color there was, black shoes with white stripes.
And as these shoe colors changed, Coach Vitello said, we're not changing it. And so the old legends at the Smet tryouts, day one, there's always a jar of black paint. Just show up with different color shoes. You're welcome to dip them in the paint. It's a nice service to provide your players. Is that true? I have absolutely no idea, but I love it, so I'm going to go with yes. That is out for CBC.
And if you're a 7th or 8th grader looking to visit a school, we won't make you dip the shoes.
We won't make you dip the shoes.
As you mentioned, we don't know. But I think it's neat, the tradition, all black shoes. You've seen that year after year after year. But if you're a 7th and 8th grader and you want to visit CBC, we have the official visit program for the 8th graders here in the fall. And then in the spring, we have spring challenge days or challenge days for the 7th graders where the kids come on campus and they have a good time. We've got a lot of official visitors in classes right now. I had 3 or 4 of them today. So always fun to see the youngsters come and enjoy their experience here at CBC.
We would love to welcome you. You can find out more at beacadet.org. That is the official admissions website for CBC. You can go to beacadet.org. Or if you're the phone type, you can pick it up and dial Melissa Ryan at 314-985-6095. That is the admissions number, 314-985-6095, to learn more about taking an official visit. We look forward to welcoming you to campus.
Yeah, exciting with Philip Riley, our new president here.
Yes,
we're going to have him on one of the football broadcasts. We were looking for him last week to bring him on, or the week before, but he was tied up talking with alumni, and we couldn't get him, and time kind of got away from us. But we'll have him on one of the broadcasts here, bringing a lot of energy to CBC.
Absolutely. Glad to have him, and if you've been on campus, hopefully you got to meet him. And if you haven't, homecoming weekend is coming up, so you want to reach out. The CBC website will have more information, but some festivities coming up next week, so make sure you check that out. If you're an alumnus who's gotten the alumni newsletter, everything you need is in there. If you're not, just check out cbchs.org for more information about opportunities to come on campus. Get the Hall of Fame banquet next week, which is always fun. Alumni tailgate before the home football game. Of course, the inductions and the welcoming back of the Hall of Famers. It's a lot of fun. So come on out next week. And again, learn more at cbchs.org.
Homecoming dance next Friday night. I think for the SLUH football game, since we had rain on that first game, that'll be the night where the freshmen all get painted purple. So it's going to be a great week. A lot of pep rallies for us here at school during the week, Tuesday and Friday. So a great week for the kids.
Yes, it is. And as we kind of return to the action here, CBC making a nice move down their right side. This is Jones. Plays it inside. Can Martin get a shot away? He does. He is closed down very well by Cole Chambers, the sophomore, closing that gap in a hurry. And I will say quite bravely, as Martin was kind of sliding into that one trying to get a shot away. Chambers went right in. Good goalkeeping.
Yeah, great work by Stevie Jones. Really quick on and off the ball. We've seen him create a lot of confusion amongst defenders through these first handful of games.
And I like him attacking from wide position, but one of the things to watch for is, will he go into that center position and Carter slides out wide, create all kinds of new looks and new problems. Here he is. Tries to go end line. That bounces up. And that is a handball just outside the box. So opportunity for a good left-footed shot here. If the Cadets want it. This is just outside the corner of the 18. I would think you'd hit this left-footed all day long. You're going to have a two-man wall. Just 8 minutes into this second half.
Yeah, I think Logan Hartzell's going to take it. He's going to take it with his right foot.
He's going for the outswinger, so this will not be a shot as the wall is going to get situated. He is going to drift this one. All the Cadets kind of at that back post amassed, so they're going to scatter in their runs. And let's see what happens. It's in the middle from Hartzell. Jones can't get there ahead of Rule. All the way back for Kiefer Cole. Dumps it right back in down Broad Street. And that is an opportunity for Shermatero. That's deflected. And that is going to be out for a throw.
Good ball there by Hartzell.
Yes, it was.
Just the nice touch. That's all it needed, was just a simple touch. And Cher Montero just, unfortunately, hit a good ball. Just
good block, you have to say. So this is going to be Ellis. Let one fly. Basically a corner kick as he lobs it in there. Shot from Martin. That's a goal. James Martin puts one in off the throw, and that is 1-0 Cadets.
Yeah, left-footed. Very nicely done.
Out of the air, the little half volley.
And we talk all the time about just when you're in a position like that, just light it up. That ball looked like it was deflected as it went in. I'm not sure who it deflected off of.
It was.
It looked like maybe one of the defenders, but he put the ball low and drove it about waist high straight at the goal. And good things happen when you put the ball on goal and make the keeper try to make a save.
So a goal at the 51st minute from James Martin makes it 1-0 Cadets. What a finish.
Yeah, nicely done.
Ball's bouncing toward him, left foot, keeps it down. How many times do you see that ball sail? And just finds a way.
And you can't say enough about Caden Ellis's throw-ins, how dangerous they become. Anywhere within 20 yards of the goal, he's able to throw that ball into the penalty box, into the 18.
A great throw by Caden. And now just about 10 minutes gone here in the second half. A little bit different feel in this one. But a one-goal lead, folks, is not safe in this one. There is not a whole lot between these two teams. You know SLUH is going to create at least that one or two good quality chance in this half. And you really going to have to get another one.
Yeah, the next after you score, the next 3 to 5 minutes is so crucial not to get too hyped up, too excited. Just calm down, just play your game. Let SLUH wear themselves out chasing.
Nicoletti turns goalwards. Poked ahead by Griffinhorst. Can't get there in time, and that's going to be cleared. Ellis under a little bit of pressure. Nice first touch to give himself room. Martin, the goal scorer, dropping back. And, James came down a little weirdly on his right ankle there, so hopefully he's okay. He's going to walk it off as Norkaitis does battle, and he wins the ball and draws the foul. No, they're going to give the foul against Ethan. He thought it was a foul for him, and that'll be a free kick to SLUH. So James Martin, the difference between these two teams. 1-0 is the score. If you're wondering what that does to the overall tournament, DeSmet's still in the lead with 11. But a 1-0 win, you'd get 5 points total. That's 3 for the win, 1 for the goal, 1 for the shutout. So that would catapult CBC into second place with 7. Put you within striking distance, though, you have to say. So certainly a decent result if the Cadets can hold on. But I do think that 1 goal is not going to be enough in this game. Just kind of has that feel. Really waiting for this one to open up. Maybe a good way to say that. You wonder if that goal is going to do it. You know, SLUH's going to start to push. Maybe some space is going to open up, and then all of a sudden we're going to be having some fun. And that is, speaking of having some fun, not the most fun moment for the Cadets, as it is going to be a booking.
Actually on SLUH.
No, correction, that's on SLUH. So that is a booking to number 5. That is Nicholas Haymond. Thought they were going to give that one to Griffinhorst,
yeah.
But it's Haymond who ends up in the book. So that's a yellow card. 53rd minute. Lone card of the game. SLUH coaches just getting an explanation of that one. And, of course, Haymond does have to vacate the field for a few minutes. You can sub on for him. Referee and SLUH's coaches making sure everybody knows where they're allowed to stand. Gotta say, that was fun to watch. Probably not as fun down on the sideline. .28 minutes, 17 seconds to go. This will be a throw-in for CBC. Be taken by Kiefer Cole over there, so it tells you not an attacking throw if you're not going to put Ellis up there. Keeping an eye, I don't think SLUH's coaching staff was happy with that yellow card, but everything seems to have calmed down over here in this near visitor sideline. Cadets with a little bit of space. This is Martin. Good poke on for Nicoletti. Adam Nicoletti wants to go with the left, needs to cut it back. There it does. And the cross is blocked as Ellis steps up to retain possession for the Cadets. Short-lived. The Junior Bills. Andrew Wolf running around in circle. Only option is to play it back to his goalkeeper.
Good pressure there by Martin to force that ball back. Could hear his footsteps.
Yes, it was. And also by Griffinhorst to pursue it.
Yeah.
So many times you see one guy press and everybody else just watch him, but you need to press as a unit, and that was well worked by the Cadets. Flicked on by SLUH. Hartzell should be the first there. He's going to try to I was going to say, ball didn't have enough juice on it to let it go. It needs a little bit of help from Stone to Grief.
Yeah, good composure by Stone.
Yes, it was. That was an awkward position to put your sophomore goalkeeper in, but Stone
right
did
on the
well.
goal line.
Yep. Nicoletti beats one. Can't beat the second. That is going to be out for a SLUH throw. Correct call. Hit Nicoletti's. No. Correction for CBC throw. I thought that actually hit Nicoletti's ankle before it went out. But I won't argue. Don't tell the refs. Now Jetton. Into the middle. Shermatero. Good ball into a channel for Nicoletti to chase, but he's not going to get there ahead of Wolf. Might as well chase this and make Chambers uncomfortable. Good job by Adam. Now ball flicked forward and back and on and down. And not through. Good job by Kiefer Cole to apply the pressure there, and Norkaitis to regain possession for CBC. Starting to settle into a little bit more intentional possession in this game, really for both teams, but especially for the Cadets. It was a little frenetic there for a few moments. Passes were coming quickly, possession was going back and forth, but you like to see CBC build something here with the ball.
I think as the game goes on and we get under that 20-minute mark, that halfway through, I think you'll see SLUH start to pressure even more, which will open up more space on the field. I think they'll pull maybe another guy in the midfield up a little higher to try to keep the pressure a little bit higher. Because if you look now, you've got basically a 5 guys playing pretty deep.
Now Shermatero into the middle. Good ball for Stevie Jones out on the right. Ball pops up on Stevie, but he's going to get a left-footed shot away. It's blocked. Nicoletti can't get in time. He's going to put in a good battle, though, to try to win that one back, and Wolf prevails. And that is a foul against Griffinhorst. Correct call, as Caleb Beecher was brought down. SLUH gets to relieve the pressure a bit. I want to say another thanks to all of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. You know about Tim Kylo, or if you don't, maybe you're just somebody looking to get some options for insurance. Maybe you got a new car, or just taking a look at the insurance list to say maybe I could save some money by switching. Call him. 314-842-4442. Home, life, boat, anything. If it can be insured, Tim is our guy. He's your guy, too. He's helped some of our staff members save hundreds or thousands of dollars. So call Tim or send him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. Told you about Mercy Sports Medicine. They take great care of our student athletes. They'll take great care of you, too. www.mercy.net to learn more, as the cross in from Sanders is met by Ellis. Got BSN Sports. Ooh, a couple players sliding into each other.
That's how Rook got hurt the other night, kind of a slide in like that, both players coming in, and when that happens, something just gives,
Yep.
you know.
Hold your breath anytime you see both players slide, because a lot of times you get players coming in at the same level.
Yeah.
Bad things can happen. Good to see both players okay. But BSN Sports wants to help you look even better than you already do by wearing the same gear that you're seeing our players and coaches wear on the field. www.bsnsports.com. You can shop anytime or on the CBC team stores found through the athletics website, cbccadets.org. Thank you to BSN Sports and Under Armour.
What a beautiful night here.
It is.
At A. Spinelli Field. We've got the beautiful skyline as the sun goes down over the trees. There's nothing more pretty than seeing that, the steeple, and it's very pretty.
It is a a good reminder that that fall is upon us as you get back to being in the Tim Kylo booth, watching a game with
Set
that
the air
backdrop.
conditioner.
Yep. Might need to borrow some tools to make that work.
We borrow them from Mr. Banholzer, which I always borrow. Ladders, drills. How do you think all this stuff got put up in the press box?
The folks can't see it at home, but there's a lot of stuff mounted in here. You got a lot of wires run.
Mr. Banholzer, of course, the head of our theater department, and he knows when he sees me, I'm always coming to borrow something. But I do always bring it back.
That's true. Well, that's the only way you can still borrow it. You want to be Homer Simpson with a whole garage full of Ned Flanders tools. 22 minutes remaining. Cadets almost 3/4 of a way to a 1-0 win. As Stone comes out, good hands on that one. Still have the feeling that one-goal lead may not be enough. Of course it might. Anything can happen. But you just have that feeling SLUH's going to get something in this game as a Cadet goes down late. That was Stevie Jones. Play on. I don't think the official saw it. Getting word from his assistant referee in his earpiece. And still we play on. Jones is okay. Nicoletti now over on the near side. Cadets slowing down just a little bit. You want to build possession, but you can't get stagnant. Got to keep moving off the ball. You got fresh players ready to come in for you on the bench, so make sure you use all that energy. Keep the pace nice and aggressive. Don't let SLUH get comfortable. And Norkitis, well worked to Nicoletti.
A lot of space.
Yes, there is. Nicoletti, good pass. Got two options. Griffin Horst has help in the middle with Charmatero. Griffin Horst keeps it himself. Left foot just wide of the post.
It's a nice effort there.
Yes, it was. And we're going to get a stoppage of play as the substitutions occur. I think referee waved him on, but nobody's actually running on the field. No, the stoppage is actually for a yellow card, which is being given to Andrew Chalmers. Now, I wonder if this is for, there was a tangle over on the far sideline with Stevie, so I wonder if that's what this is for.
Oh, earlier?
Yeah, just a few moments
right
ago.
In front of the bench.
The referee had his head to his earpiece. He was getting word from the assistant referee who had a better viewpoint of it. But at any rate, Chalmers has been booked. So second booking of the game, both for the Junior Bills. Haymond is on a yellow as well. And the Cadets will get a free kick. Actually, it'll be a goal kick to SLUH as the moment had passed. So we'll take short. It'll be Wolf. We're back underway with 20:50 remaining. So just speculating that that's what it was for. Of course, something could have been said. We don't know. But I would guess that's most likely what it was. Norkitis in the midfield. I was going to say just before that attack happened that you saw the combination play from Norkitis and Nicoletti over here on the near side. That is exactly what you want. You want possession. You want patterns. You want to know what you're doing with the ball, but you don't want to get bogged down. You want to keep that pace high, keep it turning over, short touches. Really excellently done by the Cadets, and it led to a great chance for Griffin Horst. Now Nicoletti. TJ Crowder in here on the left side as well, left-footed player. Back for Hartzell. As we officially tick past the halfway mark in this second half. So 3/4 of the way there, Coach. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking what you're thinking. One's not enough. That I don't want to say we're falling into a defensive shell here. We've got 6 guys, nice and deep here. But we've seen it in past years when we start to move out of our just playing our game and maybe try to play a little bit too defensively, that we end up giving up space and a goal. I think they're moving the ball really well. There's an opportunity for Garoni.
Yeah, Garoni couldn't quite get the quality he needed on the cross. Also out there, I think that's Berkey back out there. Number 10. So Garoni and Berkey can't combine.
I think that's Trost coming back into the game for Martin.
So trying to keep these legs fresh. Is that another ball gone? Third ball gone as the managers head down. We have to keep
Good
track
ball
of
by
these.
Garoni.
As that is out. So a third ball missing now.
This turned into critical status now.
Yes, it is. I'm looking around to see how many we got left.
Have the Derby Star rep on hand.
Yeah, hopefully he's on speed dial. I see a ball boy with a fresh ball down here in front of us. And one at the other end. Those are the only fresh game balls I see ready. Now, the problem we're going to have is, if the ball comes back, how do we know which one it is?
It's true. Do we go with the first one, or do we try to keep the counter going to make it more impressive?
Now, the managers are looking around in that tree, so I imagine they're looking for the one that just went out. Should be a fairly short search if they are able to find it, but that's a foul against SLUH as we return to the action. Could be a big game in CBC's season. You drop one to DeSmet. You got two options. You continue to drop them, turn it into a losing skid, or you turn right back around, get back on the horse with a good result, and you're back on track. As that's crossed in, Berkey can't get under it. And now SLUH looking to break down the right. Ball forward, this is Rule. He's been kept fairly quiet in this game. Hartzell done a nice job on him, as has Ellis. Hartzell hits the deck, and this is going to be a foul called against Rule. Rule not happy about it.
I'm not sure about that call.
Yeah, he and Hartzell were certainly going at it. And now it's actually going to be given the other way. I think the assistant referee got to him, so this is going to be a foul against CBC.
Obstruction foul for, how do you say, flopping in front of?
Yep. There's no nice word for it.
It's a good ball. It's a good play. It doesn't hurt you. You're 50 yards out. Slows the game down.
Good opportunity for SLUH to lob one into a dangerous area. Just a little bit overcooked, and again, Stone DeGrief's hands very comfortable. I've been very impressed with his handling in this game.
Nice job reading that ball with somebody coming on you. Sometimes that'll kind of, frazzle you a little bit, but he went up and caught it at the highest peak. Great job by Stone.
And he's been catching that ball out away from his body all game rather than trying to bring it in toward his body. Sometimes you'll see keepers under duress do that. But what that tells you is he is very, very comfortable going up and catching those just in his hands. That is played out, so the ball boy on the near side is going to test his rolling ability. And that is Johnny on the spot. Look at that. Usually freshman soccer players taking care of the ball boy duties, but maybe future on the bowling team. That was that was well done. The state champion bowling team. Lateral pass straight across the top of the 6-yard box with the player in the vicinity as the Cadets clear it out. That fact stated with no subtext, just leaving it there. And now Berkey. 15:28 to go. Love to pick up a second, get a little bit more comfortable. He loses it. And the Junior Bills will attack right down Main Street. Trost in a foot race to try to get back in position. Rule is beaten to it by Kiefer Cole. Great job by Kiefer, and again by Nolan. That is a critical intervention, and Nicoletti is down. Looks like a cramp. A nice job. You like to see John Hassemeyer for SLUH getting right to helping Adam stretch before being relieved of that duty by James Martin. So Nicoletti, just a cramp, which is good. The way
he went down, it looked like maybe a knee or ankle. When those give out, that's the way you go down.
Just over halfway through this second half, that provides a little bit of a water break. CBC players going over to the sidelines to get a drink. Nobody from SLUH making their way over to the bench to try to grab a water bottle in the middle of that. Bit surprised I didn't see anybody come over. And Nicoletti will be subbed off. He'll use the walk over there as a chance to stretch out that calf every chance he gets.
15:02 left in this one. As we mentioned, Friday night will be our next CSN broadcast. It will be CBC varsity football against DeSmet. Totally sold out event Friday night over at DeSmet. So your only chance, if you don't have tickets, is to watch that game here on CSN.
Boys, if any of you were not at school today, you might have missed an announcement. We had the announcement that it will be a CBC themed dress down tomorrow. So come to school nice and comfy, wearing all your favorite CBC gear. And but make sure you bring a black outfit because it is a blackout theme over at DeSmet. So it'll be a good look. I'm sure a great student section tomorrow night as Stone comes and catches another one.
Yeah, the bus trip over there, it's Chili Bowl. I want to say with 100-plus kids going on the bus over there. Maybe 120 plus.
It will be a lot. Now, I will say usually a little bit cooler temperatures for the Chili Bowl. Yes, that is eating chili and playing flag football. So wish all the young men well with the eating of chili and the playing of football
in
90-degree warm
weather.
Parking lot. Good luck, fellas. Hydrate.
Start tonight.
Once the contest starts, you're behind the 8 ball in terms of hydration. Martin, did he get a shot away? No, ball just got stuck beneath his feet. Nothing you can do about that.
Good job by Stevie Jones to create some space to even play that ball.
Another cross in. Jones brings it down off his chest, tried to get the shot away, again blocked. A few good blocks by the SLUH defense tonight. I think they've actually been very good. Can't fault them for the James Martin goal. They did their job, dealt with the first ball, fell right to Martin, and he pounded it into the post with a deflection. So that is how it became 1-0. But SLUH's defense, probably 4 or 5 blocks tonight. Make it 5 or 6. As Garoni's shot is blocked, and that'll be out for a CBC throw. Love to have a good long spell of attacking possession here. Really work that clock down. You just have to plan on SLUH at this point getting at least that one really good chance as this game winds down, as legs get tired. So you'll have to keep up that pressure, at the very least deny them the ball, and try to add to your tally. Into the middle. SLUH's going to take over there. They can be dangerous on transition. Here they go. 4 forward for them. 6 back for the Cadets. And Hartzell's going to get over there. Well done by Logan. He's going to go down, and that will be a foul called against SLUH. They're frustrated. Logan's relieved. And congratulated by Kiefer on what was a pretty impressive defensive play to get over there.
Yeah, nice hustle. Looks like Hartzell cramping up a little bit now. Even though the sun has gone down and it's cool, this game started off when in about 90-degree heat. The turf is hot. So it starts to take their toll, and the kids are 8, 9 games into the year now. The body's starting to wear out a little bit. Not a lot of chance for rest when you're playing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and you practice, basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You have Sunday off to recover. That's basically it.
Ball crossed in, deflected out. This will be a corner kick for the Junior Bills. How they could use a goal here. Substitution. Caleb Beecher is going to come in for SLUH as they will take their time, get set up. They want to make the most of this opportunity. It looks like James Berry, the player who's going to get a break. Andrew Wolf with corner duties for SLUH here. They could really use a good ball into a bad spot. That's a little too close to Stone. This time he bobbles it, loses it for a second, still loose. Stevie Jones clears it. A bit shanked, though, as we've complimented Stone's handling all night. Kind of finally bobbled one, and SLUH unable to make him pay. Shot on the second or third go for the Junior Bills is wide, and the Cadets get away with one.
Yeah, that could have been a dangerous situation. I don't know if he misplayed it or if it was tipped right before it got to him, but once it got on the ground, he did a good job trying to recover and get himself back into space, and great closing by multiple Cadets to shut down the shooting lane.
Oh, and you could tell, for a second there, Stone didn't know where the ball was, which it happens, and he just tried to make himself as big as he could. But that's when you need your defense to do the job, and the Cadets really kind of shut down the Junior Bills, denied them any sort of quality opportunity, kind of collapsed on the ball, almost like an NFL fumble.
Yeah.
Just to kind of prevent a quality shot from surfacing. So good job from CBC helping. That is a 4th lost ball, folks.
That one's deep.
That one is not coming back for quite some time. all total. We've had a ball missing for 47 minutes and 57 seconds. And 3 more beside that. So you've got one very valuable ball boy down there in the field, Stone.
Wow.
I thought he was going to be caught out. That ball died. He played that well.
Very dangerous ball there. That could have easily snuck over his head. You're not expecting that ball to come from there at all.
His heart sunk for a moment
before mine when I looked up.
Before he realized that ball was dipping a little quicker and right onto him. He did well to keep his composure and catch it, but that's all it takes sometimes. Inside of 10 minutes to go, Tom Eichwald and Randy Gardner bringing you Cadet Soccer on the Cadet Student Network. Braden Spicagi bringing you the pictures. Braden does such a good job. We're thankful for him being here on a Thursday night.
And he'll be out with us tomorrow night, too.
He will be.
Along with Logan Torrance. I'm tired. I'm yawning. It's been a long CSN season already. Yeah. Logan Torrance, Braden, we'll have the whole crew out there tomorrow night.
Here come the Junior Bills. Beecher. Not the best pass in, and Ellis makes him pay by clearing it. Garoni can't get there in time. Kiefer Cole backs him up. Now, I love the adaptability. The 2 ball boys on the near side have been expertly sharing the only ball left over. When SLUH goes on the attack, they roll it to the kid down here in the corner, and when CBC goes on the attack, he rolls it 30, 40 yards to the other guy. They are doing a really nice job figuring out how to make it work with limited resources.
Part of the CBC education, right?
Yeah. Creative problem solving. 7:36 to go. Another dangerous corner kick for the Junior Bills. Need a goal to tie it. Hartzell barking orders at the back. That's right on top of the post. Stone has to punch it over, and he does. Really nice punch over by Stone de Grief as he was dealing with Henry Sanders right in front of him. He was able to punch it back over, and the Junior Bills will reset, but that one was right on top of him. This time taken a little bit short. James Martin connects. And now Griffinhorst. Love to eat some time up here. Cuts in the middle. He's got options far side. Goalkeeper doesn't come. That means there could be an opportunity here. Nolan Berkey goes for the right-footed shot, and that is blocked. Just couldn't get it away quick enough. And now the Cadets.
Nice turn by Trost there.
Yes, it was. Good switch.
He felt him on his back without even picking his head up and knowing he's there. That comes from talking on the field.
Martin this time with the right. That is high and wide. Junior Bills make another substitution with 6.5 to go. Cadets bring on Nicoletti and Jones. They're going to replace...
I think that's Shermatero.
That is Shermatero. So Shermatero is going to replace Griffinhorst. Stevie Jones has been on the field. He's over here on the left. And Nicoletti will play on the right wing. Cole Chambers making sure everybody's set before he hits a goal kick just past midfield. Berkey. Now Jones. Brings it around. Good job by Jones to skip away from the pressure. He does that so well. Now around the left. Can he get a cross in? Cuts it back on his right. Stevie into the middle. Nobody there. I think he was waiting for that follow-up run from Berkey. Just didn't come. But good job by Stevie to put the ball in a dangerous area. 5.5 remaining. The Cadets getting close. Caden in no rush. I think we're only a couple minutes away from making sure the shin guards are adjusted every time you get a throw in. And good tackle from Trost to play that out. Did get a piece of Caleb Bircher on the follow-through. So we will get a stoppage of the clock, make sure Beecher's okay. And I tell you, Randy, you just have the feeling something interesting is going to happen in these last 5 minutes. We are going to have another significant talking point here, whether that's going to be, a near chance or a goal or Some sort of promising free kick right at the end, something like that. It just has that feeling.
Pretty much all the MCC games, when they're close like this, they have that feeling. Every team is so competitive and has so many good players that anything can happen. And you saw it from half field there. That almost changed the total complexion of this game.
And you look at it, 3 games gone in this tournament. There have been 2 ties and one goal win. Tells you everything you need to know about the level of competition. SLUH dumps back in. They're going to have to get a little more aggressive over the next few minutes.
Good tackle.
That is a heck of a tackle from TJ Crowder.
Yeah.
And now Martin going the other way. Needs to get it away. He does. Jones, he's got Berkey on the other side if he can find him. Stevie can't get the ball out there, and that is going to be out for a corner kick. And this one, I can tell you, they will be in no rush to take. Martin slowly makes his way over there. 4:15 to go.
That was a great tackle.
Yes, it was. Talking about the one back here from Crowder. Yeah, absolutely.
That's one that you have to time that ball perfectly, or you're getting a yellow card on that. But perfectly timed, got the ball first, and just the momentum of his body kind of flipped him up over the top.
Clock goes below 4 minutes. Martin's going to take this one short. Didn't quite work out on the return pass. Crowder called into action again. This time he's beaten to it. That's Sanders who tried to turn him. Wins the throw-in for SLUH. And the ball boys shift the ball to the attacking half. It feels like backyard soccer. You're down to 1 ball left, you know?
Nice one-touch pass there by the ball boy.
Making us proud tonight.
Oh, and the cadet crew getting in.
That is out. This will be a corner kick. Some nervy moments.
This could be one of those moments you talk about.
Yeah, Bob O'Connell, the coach, barking orders. Directing Carson Hall, number 17, over there to take this one. SLUH with 5 guys all around Stone to grief. A lot of bodies around Stone. They're trying to make sure he is as uncomfortable as possible. Hall's corner in, headed out by Ellis. Hassemeyer's going to keep it in. Left-footed shot is just over Stone to grief's bar. And the Cadets get away with another one. So Stone will put this back in play. You have to imagine this is probably going to be short. We've seen a lot of them short, and no reason to try anything different here as he finds Cole.
It's where you just don't want to get caught. There you go.
Let your forward players chase it. That's Berkey. Got 1 touch. Needed that second, but couldn't find it. That's out for a SLUH throw with 2 minutes remaining. Is 1 goal going to be enough for CBC? And that is... I got nervous there. Ball stays in. Hartzell's got to chase this one. He's going to be under pressure. If the ball's nice to him, it'll go out, but looks like it doesn't. Good job by Logan, end up winning the throw-in anyway. And there you see he's going to be in no rush. The backup ball is all the way on the other side of the field, so an opportunity for Logan to take another 15 seconds out of this one. And he's going to leave it for Cole. Frustrating, agonizing for SLUH to watch CBC get this ball back in. Nope. That's going to be out this time for a SLUH throw. 71 seconds for the Junior Bills to try to get an equalizer here. And have to say, if there is a goal remaining, it would likely be decisive, either a tie or a 2-1 win for CBC, or 2-0 win. On the turn, Stevie Jones, head to the corner, young man. Use your speed. Run away from him. Make him come chase you. 53 seconds now. At this point, he's going to draw some contact. Not a foul, and SLUH gets the throw-in. Sanders flicks down looking for Rule. Crowder beats him to it.
Great job there to just use your body just a little bit to defend him off.
34 seconds. Caden Ellis has 1 job. Throw this ball as far up the field as he possibly can. There it is. SLUH has to go back. 25 seconds to go. That is going to go out. Caden will do it again. This time, SLUH does find a player. It's Sanders on the turn. Good job by Trost. Get in there between his man and the ball. 10 seconds now. Looking like CBC may just hold on. Ellis clears, 5 seconds, and that is going to be enough.
What a big win for the Cadets here, coming off a loss on Tuesday night. Just what they needed to kind of get that momentum back. It's so tough to be a player and you win 3-4 in a row and then you lose a tough one and then you lose another tough one. You feel like you're falling back into that doldrum that you had when you were 0-3. So this is a huge win for this team going into Saturday.
And frustrating night for SLUH. You have to say they didn't play badly. They just couldn't create that chance. And we were saying all along, one's not going to be enough because SLUH has so much power in the offense. They can create that one chance that they need, and they just weren't able to make it happen. So you credit SLUH for what I thought was a good game defensively. The only goal from Martin was kind of a just half shot really from a ball that SLUH had initially cleared. So not a whole lot that SLUH could have done differently at the back. It was just not able to find a way through at the front. CBC was 1-0 game.
All right, so we will play Vianney on Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. That game will be here on CSN. Tom, you want to update the points for us real quick before we go off the air?
Point totals again. 3 for a win, 1 for a shutout, 1 for every goal up to 6. DeSmet still leads the tournament with 11, but CBC slides into second place overall with 5 points. Vianney is in third with 3, and the Junior Bills, no points for them tonight as they retain 2 points. So DeSmet 11, CBC 5, Vianney 3, SLUH 2. That is going to do it for us. We thank you for joining us. We want to thank Braden Spikagi for his work on the camera. I want to thank you, Randy, for your insights during the game, and we hope to see everybody back tomorrow night. It's Cadet football, as Randy Molman will have that one for you. CBC versus DeSmet tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. That's it for us tonight. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night back on the network.